Pittsburgh Pirates said, screw you, Rowdy Tellez, even though you sat there and played with us all year. We are not giving you another dime for the rest of the season. The Pittsburgh Pirates are absolutely screwing Rowdy Tellez. Rowdy Tellez was 4 at-bats. Guys, 4 at-bats away from hitting a $200,000 bonus. And the Pittsburgh Pirates said, yeah, thank you, but no thank you. There's only a couple games, 5-6 games left in the season. Out. James, how does that make you feel?
This one upsets me, not as much as another time when it happened to a friend of mine, and not as much as another time when it happened to another friend of mine. Yeah, it happened to you. It also happened to another friend of mine who played professional hockey for the Rangers. So this happens all the time. It's deplorable, but I can also understand from the Pirates' point of view. They're just like, okay, if I can save $200,000, we're not going anywhere. Let me see if this can, slide through. It's not going to slide through. Players Association, I'm sure, has already filed a grievance. He's going to get his money. I highly doubt he's not going to get it. But if for some reason it doesn't go through, hey, the Pirates saved $200,000. Good for them. They screwed the system.
They're not going to save $200,000. And here's the problem. And there's no good for them. This is all negative. There's not one positive coming out of this. Saving $200,000 is so little money when you compare it to the damage they've done to their organization. I'm not this argument right here doesn't even take into factor whether Rowdy Tellez deserved the money. Okay, the idea though, with 6 games left in your season, designating somebody for assignment, which is basically releasing them, screwing them at the end of the season like this, puts such a black eye on your organization. So if I'm a free agent, why am I ever going to think about coming to the Pirates right now? Why would I sit there and say, hey, if I'm a good, not fringe, but I'm a good player and I'm going to play, I'm not great, but I'm a good player and I can make some good money, why would I consider the Pirates unless it was my only offer? I'm definitely not going to consider any incentives. No incentive based. You're going to give me my money straight up. So when I look at this and think Rowdy Tellez, he's batting 243, almost 700 OPS. He's got 18 doubles, 13 home runs, which again aren't crazy great numbers, but they're good for Rowdy Tellez, right? But they're better than last year, and they're better than the year before that. And that's the thing, is like he's had years where these are really good numbers for his season. Like 2019, this would be comparable, if not better, in many of them. And last year with Milwaukee, on a good Milwaukee team, this is better numbers than they signed him. That's why I don't get. These are better numbers than what you signed him and what you were expecting. That's where everyone across the league is going to go, screw you, Pittsburgh. Like, absolutely screw you. There was no reason to be able to do it. They're going to end up paying the money anyways. There's no doubt. The MLBPA is going to absolutely tear them over the coals on this. When it happened to me, they at least, the Atlanta Braves had an argument that I should have been released. They had an argument. It was right before August or September 1st. I had a couple outings. I didn't pitch all that well. I'd since pitched better, but I had $200,000 come to me and a couple different bonuses I was going to hit. But they ate the $100,000 left of my contract and then didn't pay me the $200,000. So they ended up netting $100,000. I didn't like it. I didn't agree with it, but I pitched just bad enough so I could get released. That problem though with Rowdy, he is actually playing good enough to stay.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
That was a long time. I was talking a lot.
It's okay, buddy. We still love you. But it happens all the time in professional sports. Like I said, I used to be pretty close with the former goalie for the New York Rangers, a kid named Dan Blackburn. And his first year, he needed one more start. Or actually, I think it was one more period of hockey play. And they didn't put him in for the last 6 games. And he was a starter. Something like that. It's been a while, but they didn't put him in for the rest of the season to save $1 million bonus.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's a problem. And that's when you sit there and see, like, again, I don't know what the NHL's player association, how strong it is. I doubt it's all that great. But if you're sitting there and you're that close, and if they could make an argument, he played on average every other game, something like that. Yeah. Like, you could get there and say, this is, now it's unreasonable. And you had a couple of games. The problem is they probably had a bunch of games where it was like a 1-score game and they could justify it, right? But that is absolutely ridiculous. And I'll say this, like, I love Ben Cherington. I love what he has done in Pittsburgh. I think they're going in the right direction. I think they're building a team from the from within, and they're making it better. They got some of the best young pitchers in baseball. They got one of the best young position players in baseball, O'Neal Cruz. I mean, it is incredible what they're building there. Why? Like, how much did Ben Cherington even have in this discussion, right? Does it come straight from the owner, or is it Ben Cherington? Because I don't think Ben Cherington's dumb enough to do this on his own. I think he knows not to do this. So I sit there and say, who else sat back and told him, no, dude, I don't care. We're saving the money. Because I don't think Ben Cherington would put a black eye. He's been around the game too much and too many high leverage roles with the Red Sox, who did it really, really well when he was there, when he was an assistant GM and then GM. And when he came to the Blue Jays, when I worked with him as the president of baseball operations, I think that was his title, something like that. Vice president of baseball, who knows? But he's too smart of a man to do this without knowing the ramifications. He sees the game. He sees it 2 steps ahead. So I don't think this is on Ben's.
I'm not sure. I don't know Ben Cherington. I can't tell you. I've never spoken to the man. But if it was my job, I'll see what I can get away with. At the end of the day, $200,000 is $200,000, and when you're the Pirates, it's a lot of money.
It's not, though. It's not when you look at the impact, man. And I'll have to disagree with you on this. You've not, go for run your organization how you want to run your organization, but this sends a shockwave across the league. Shockwave. Like, it's a bullet. It's a giant missile across the bow of every single free agent player that's ever even going to consider going to Pittsburgh, and it's going to cost them more money because everyone's going to require guaranteed contracts and not incentive based.
I don't think so. Personally, I think the players right now that would go to Pittsburgh as a free agent aren't the type of guys that are going to get major offers anywhere else. The Pirates right now aren't in a position where they can go out there and go after the big fish. They're still going at the little fish, and the little fish now.
Why do you say that?
Because they're not close to being a winner yet.
What are you talking about?
Maybe after next year.
What are you talking about? Have you not seen them the last 2 years?
I don't think they're ready to take that leap where maybe they can sneak into a wild card next year, maybe, but they are not a World Series contender next year.
You would need to add, again, the only thing they're missing is a couple big free agents. And they're not going to go for, they're not going for the Judges, the Sotos, the Otanis of the world. No one else but a select couple teams are. But, dude, they are a couple players. I'm pulling up their roster right now. Dude, that pitching staff easily will be one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball next year. They're only 9 games below 500 right now in a division that's very winnable. And you see what will happen to the AL Central. Easily a couple bats away. Like, Brian Reynolds is going to be there forever. O'Neal Cruz is going to be there forever. And then you get a couple, like Brian De La Cruz is pretty dang good. You get a couple guys in there that can swing the bat. Like, right, IKF had a pretty good year there, and their rotation is arguably the best rotation in baseball. Like, they're right now borderline great.
No, I disagree, and you're entitled to your opinion. It happens to be wrong, but I mean, you're entitled to it. Are the Pittsburgh Pirates the type of team that can go out and approach Vladimir Guerrero Jr.?
No, but
you're saying they're a couple. You're saying they're a couple of bats away. We're not even talking about Juan Soto. We're talking about
pump the brakes on saying Vladdy Guerrero's not going to get a lot of money. Vladdy Guerrero is going to be like maybe the second highest paid player this offseason.
Is he going to get? Is he getting $500 million?
He's going to get 400.
You think he's going to get 400 million? Vlad Guerrero.
Have you not seen his numbers?
Oh, no chance.
Ooh, no chance. Dude.
There's a bet brewing right now. We're going to have to figure something because there's no way he's getting 400 million.
Now this is live because he is going to be above 300.
That's not what I said. You said, I said, is he getting 400?
I say he's going to be a lot closer to 400. I'll say this. He's going to be a lot closer to 400 than he is away.
Okay, so let's set the over-under at 325 million. Is he going over or under?
Over.
Over? I'll take the under.
Okay. Dude, right here, we'll shake and we'll figure out the bet.
All right.